MP,
What's going
great
on,
to
man?
finally meet you.
Pleasure's all mine, man. Hey, I read the article about you in the Pen Down. You're one data-obsessed cat, man.
Well, you can never have too much data. I'm glad you came. Look, this Shep thing, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. We're going to need to put in some work to make sure it doesn't have a negative impact on the start of your career.
Okay, yeah, so just like work hard, play well, make people forget Shep ever existed.
Yes and no. Let's say we put you in the starting lineup tomorrow and you stumble a little bit. Normally, no big deal. But 68% of our fans wanted Shep, and of that 68%, 95% have a highly unfavorable opinion of you.
Okay, so that's basically corporate speak for they hate my guts.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which means it becomes a story. Papers in this town are out for blood. I'm sure you saw the top take segment.
Oh, I did.
Okay, look, there's no reason to think that you're not going to take off right out of the gate. But any hiccup in your play, and we've got a distraction on our hands. It's bad for your growth, bad for team chemistry, and it makes Phil Boyer look bad. He stuck his neck out for you on draft night.
Okay, so what's the solution?
Glad you asked. We focus on the fan base, and we develop a strategy to win their affection.
Okay, it sounds like my playing time is based on what? If I can make the fans like me or not?
I know, it's ridiculous, but everything's connected.
Okay.
If we don't deal with this in a holistic manner, it could affect the bottom line. When the bottom line's affected, governors aren't happy. When the governors aren't happy, nobody's happy.
I just want to be a pillar in the community. So if we can make that happen as part of that, I'm in. I don't want to do a bunch of PR fluff, though.
Same page. Same page. %100%.
Okay.
And I've already talked to your team about all of this. Impressive group of people.
You're here nice and early. Love to see it.
Still on my job, Coach.
Humble and hardworking. Both qualities we'd like to see in a draft pick. But you already knew that. Let me show you the locker room.
Let's do it.
So obviously you've seen one of these before. Nothing too unusual. Now, I know you're anxious to find out how you're going to fit into the rotation.
Coach, man.
Communication is super important in this organization, so I am glad to hear you say, I get it, 100%. Honestly, I'd be concerned.
Let's go. Oh! Yeah!
Watch me work. Welcome to NBA 2K TV. How are you today?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good. We're so excited to have you on the show. I know that you've been submitting top plays for many years. Do you remember when you started submitting top plays?
It's 2K15.
So since the very beginning, we came across one of your tweets.
The starting lineup for the visiting Portland Trailblazers. At small forward, Matisse Thybulle. Let's meet your Sacramento!
Welcome up.
Thank you, Kevin.
I can see that. Thanks, David. Sounds like MP already has some critics.
Yeah, but I think that'll help MP. Fuel it.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Nurkic, the pivot, with Grant at the other post spot. In at the guard spots, Lillard and Sharp. And it's Thybulle in at the small forward. And for the Kings, and right now, great feeling as they tip off this brand new season.
Mostly excitement. I mean, this is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
Mitchell, he's checked in for the Kings. Herter kicks to Barnes. Back to Herter. 6 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And the Kings look a whole lot different now than they did for most of the 21-22 season. And they were changes that had to be made.
Some changes for Sacramento. Tattoo's checked in for Sabonis. Lyle comes in for Murray. And Monk's subbed in for Barnes.
All eyes on Dame that time, so he just moves the ball casually right to the open teammate.
Sacramento leading by 4. Now when a team suffers a playoff drought like the Kings have, Greg, you can expect some major moves.
And you just hope they can find some stability, Kevin, moving forward. This is a team that's gone through 12 head coaches since the last time they made the playoff.
Medu can't hit.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
1:24 left in the first quarter. There's the triple, and there's Lillard on the assist by Jackson. Lillard's got 8 points.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Kings moving the ball around. Mitchell against Lillard. Here's Medu. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, he wants that one over again, I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Jackson looking it over. To the middle. Here's Watford. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
GA, something that's kept Portland from getting over the hump is their defense.
Kevin, their defensive rating hasn't been pretty for several years. It's a point of emphasis for the Blazers going forward. Shore up the D and try and take that next step.
And the Kings making a change here. Davis is checked in. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Reddish is checked in. And it's Davis missing. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. First opportunity here in their inaugural game of the season to go up against Sacramento.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Simons against Mitchell. Good. Nice job down low. Mitchell's got his second basket of the game.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Simons kicks to Jackson. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far.
19. The Trailblazers. 17.
Substitute for a different look here. Medu, he's checked in for Sabonis. Trey Lyles comes in for Murray. Monk's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Davis. On the court for the Trailblazers. Little out there with Cameron Reddish. And there's Jackson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Eubanks in at the 5 down low. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Jackson.
Lillard involving his guys, a great passer, and he makes a good decision there.
And you look at the loyalty Lillard has shown, stuck with the Blazers through thick and thin. It's why he is beloved in Portland.
Now, here's Mitchell. Guarded by Reddish. Shots good by Lyles. And the Kings lead by 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And at some point, Greg, you wonder if Lillard is the greatest Blazer of all time.
Listen, he is in the conversation. You'd have to include Walden Drexler up there. But Lillard's resume in Portland has a strong argument.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Now, here's Fox. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Back in 2020, De'Aaron Fox signing a massive extension, Greg. 5 years and $163 million.
Yeah, and Kevin, every NBA hopeful wants that second contract. Credit to De'Aaron for working his tail off and earning every penny of that deal.
That free throw missing. Over the last few seasons, the Kings have been near the bottom of the defensive rating. And, GA, that is a problem.
Yeah, I think they've tried to address that a little in the draft, taking Davion Mitchell back in 21, but it's been a consistent issue in Sacramento.
Terrence Davis, he's checked in for Mitchell. Jackson against Davis. Jackson passes to Watford. Lillard dishes to Jackson. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Here's Fox over Reddish. The baseline J off the mark.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him.
And some good action through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. It's Sacramento. They're
34.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fair.
Substituting
for Sacramento. Trey Lyles checked in for Murray. And Monks subbed in for Kevin Huerter. And then for the Trailblazers, Eubanks, he's checked in for Nurkic. Jackson comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. We've got Barnes. Sabonis is out there with Lyles. And there's Monk, and it's Fox in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Talk to most of the coaching staffs around the league. What is the first thing they think about with Jeremy Grant? It's that athleticism that comes to mind.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, the Blazers missed the playoffs last season for the first time in almost a decade. Coach Billups says, it's been a lot here so far, but I just know that I'm built for this. This is what I do, and it gives me the opportunity to stand up as a man to show that I can lead. I'm ready for it. Kevin?
I think he is, and he's embracing the challenge, which is fun to watch. David, thanks. And now Portland on the break. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Simons playing unselfish. That's going to help this team get in a great rhythm.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And that's the kind of bucket they needed. Close game in the second half. Great finish on that one.
Barnes finds Sabonis. The kick out to Barnes. Second shot opportunity. Shoots from the right block. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Sabonis.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Barnes. Jackson misses.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And in a league full of shooters, Malik Monk is right there with the best of them.
And has always been a weapon from outside. Has refined his shot selection the last few years and starting to come into his own as a reliable outside threat.
Nadu, he's checked in for Sacramento. Davis comes in for Barnes. And then for the Trailblazers, Watford's checked in. And it's Reddish in for Sharp. The Kings trail by 3. Outside, Davis. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Portland grabs the miss.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he laid straight up and in. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Here's Fox. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Trailblazers leading by 5.
62.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scores now.
For Sacramento, Sabonis comes in for Metu. And it's Malik Monk in for Terrence Davis. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard scanning the floor. On the wing, Jackson. Monk defending. From the arc. Jackson misses.
2 minutes remaining.
The Kings trail by 18. On the floor for Portland. In at the guard spots, Lillard and Sharp. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. And it's Jackson in at the 3 spot. You know, it seems like we're seeing more teams, Brent, use zone defense these days. Not too long ago, zone was almost non-existent in the league.
Well, Kevin, you couldn't play zone. Even though there were zone principles in man-to-man defense, it used to be an illegal defense to set up in a 2-3 zone that you see teams do nowadays. I'm very interested if the league does, in fact, do away with illegal defense and allow coaches to use whatever defensive scheme they need to do to slow up their opposition. It might do something in terms of producing more shots so we don't get stagnation with just threes all the time. We'll see if that happens.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Lillard.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Well, the more Fox does that, the more he's going to be looked at like a leader.
Jackson from long range. Jackson missing again. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Herter kicks to Fox. Shoots over Lillard. Here's Murray. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jeremy Grant picks one up.
Second team foul. Shooting for Sacramento, Murray.
Free throw good, Murray. He hits both from the stripe. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Jackson from long range. The Trailblazers rebound. Can they get it? No good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent
Fantastic win tonight, MP.
Thanks, John.
What was your...
Just picking up that W, man. I could have easily...
There were a lot of media outlets in the preseason that made a big deal.
Yeah, John, you know, I felt that's...
Okay, that's it?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I will let him know.
What up? So what you say to?
MP, come on in.
Okay, Freddie made it seem like I had to do a bunch of PR stuff just to get my...
Sounds good, Jerry. Yeah.